Hello everyone, I'm back like I never left. And today's video is going to be about the 5 most important things I wish I knew before I started investing. Before I actually start, I have you know that I brought a very, very good friend of mine along. You guys know him as the Wolf of Wall Street.
You're hitting all the right points here, that's for sure.
And we're going to get him to basically further explain the 5 things I'm about to tell you guys. All right. First rule of investing: you need a job, steady income. Understand? So I've done my fair share of trying to take loans, trying to borrow, trying to go through the works of getting the funds to invest. Depending on the investing route that you take, if you're going to be day trading, you need to know the tools that you're going to be using and execute accordingly. Support and resistance, supply and demand, break and retest. Whatever you want to call it, however you want to spin it, stop complicating things and allowing people to sell you information that's been literally just regurgitated and rebranded in order to get you to maybe understand it better.
I think it's really important that the people who are doing this at least learn about the actual stock market.
The numeric system, I tell people this all the time. Anything after 9 is a repeated number, meaning that nobody is going to come to me and tell me that support and resistance is any different than break and retest or supply and demand. Understand your tools and execute accordingly. That's the second most important rule. For the people who are not investing themselves, who are you going to trust to invest your money? Whether it be a retirement fund or whether it be spending money. I don't like to recommend the bank personally, but if you are unaware of investing and you don't want to spend any time, any work at all, that's the best route for somebody like you. But know your who. Don't just give your money to anybody. It just doesn't make sense, okay? And always do your research.
Questionable behavior on the part of these trading platforms that are shutting down trading in this. Now,
figure out this person's credentials. Sit down with them. Talk with them. Don't ever just trust somebody, number one, because they're family. Number two, because of maybe who you think they are, what they wear. A lot of people get misconstrued by different YouTubers, and you need to shy away from that stuff. Don't get caught up in the appearance of somebody who's investing, and just, like I said, listen to the way they talk. Know their credentials. Look into their background. You need to know who you're going to put your money into to either get a return back or whether to get some form of value back, whether it be in a course, a book, whatever the case may be. Do your research on it. Number 3 on the investing rules is knowing the market that you're investing in. A lot of the people that made money off of the GameStop frenzy, the money that they made is probably once in a lifetime that they're going to make that type of return on such a small share, okay? But understand that they bought that share with the intention to make a profit. And whether that profit came 5 years before its time or 10 years later than when it was supposed to, they still bought it with the intention of making a profit. It's the same thing with the people who invested in the crypto market early, and the same people who are still invested in the crypto market and ride every wave no matter where the market goes. Do not buy into the hype of anything. I'm being honest. Know the market you're investing in before you try to invest into it. Do not expect anything from ignorance.
Kind of getting involved in day trading, perhaps with no experience or background or really even the funds to risk things. But it's certainly on the increase, isn't it?
This money is here to improve your life, not to be your life. A lot of people get caught up when they start investing that this is supposed to be, again, their end all be all. No, you're not supposed to escape your day-to-day with investing. It's supposed to improve the day-to-day, and eventually, there can come a day where you can live off your investments.
you're still going to have a real living and go to work and make money. Don't try to do this as something that's going to replace your job, because it's not going to last forever. But it's a wonderful way to keep busy now and make some good money.
But don't expect it to immediately spearhead you into some type of holy grail. And you need to reevaluate exactly what you're doing for your day job and find something that's more fulfilling, that you can invest on the side and then eventually allow those investments to push you into a realm where you could then dedicate all day to what you love. It's a very small fraction of people who can say that they actually love staring at the charts and love staring at those numbers. So don't burden yourself with the headache of trying to make investing your end all, be all. Okay? You need to enjoy the money that you invest and get returns on. Withdraw the money.
I know even if you're not a greedy person, it's this weird human nature that develops that we see this easy money and we stay in longer than we should versus saying, you know what, I did really well. I should just be happy. Let me use this money and buy something for myself, my family, give some to a charity, whatever. Don't just try to keep making this.
I've seen one too many people invest for years and never, ever, ever, ever click the withdraw button. You need to taste that money and you need to make it concrete. The first time I made profit in binary options, I went out and I bought $50 worth of chicken tenders from Popeyes and a lot of alcohol. And I felt good about it because it made me know that this was real and this money was concrete. It made it real for me. Withdraw your profits.
If you happen to make money, pull the original investment out and play with the house's money. That's my advice to everybody.
You need to do that. Take money off the board, as the Wolf of Wall Street said it. Think about it. That money wasn't there before. Simple as that. You need to hit the withdraw button and you need to take profits. It is healthy for you to take profit. Okay? No matter what it is, people think that $10 profit is not enough. I'm going to wait until it hits 100. I'm going to wait until it hits 50,000. You can trade for years before it hits 50,000. But if you're withdrawing maybe $100 every week, maybe you'll get to 50,000 by the time you're waiting for that 50K. Hit the withdraw button. That's all I'm saying. When to invest? Timing. There's always a time to buy. There's always a time to sell. And there's always a time to take profit. And this is what people have to understand. You can allocate portfolios where I'll pull up a trade in a second where I took a trade on the USD JPY and I held it from the $4 mark to the $0.09 mark. That was a long-term trade. And I knew what I was doing when I took that long-term investment. Hold a long-term portfolio. At the moment, I'm buying Cardano, or I'm attempting to start buying Cardano. I haven't bought my single piece yet. Binance just stopped taking Canadian clients, and I'm going about looking to get into CoinDesk, right? Going through the process of that. But long story short, I'm buying Cardano. Why am I buying that? As a long-term investment. A lot of people I know got caught up and bought Bitcoin at 60K. Why? Because everybody thought that 100K was the next mark. Bad timing. Be patient. Market must return to a price and it must exceed a price once it's created a structure. When Bitcoin hit 20K, I knew it was going to exceed 20K, but it had to cool off for a bit. And it had its cool off period and people bought at 3K. Now the people who bought back in at 3K are laughing because it hit 60K. Timing. Okay, now we saw a drop from 60 to 32. What makes you think it's not going to hit 60 again? But when do you buy? Just be patient. Your time will come. Okay, so just to recap. Number one, you need a steady job or a steady income. Number two, you need to learn your tools and eliminate all outside noise. Stop the YouTube stuff. Just go tunnel vision. Learn what a support line does. Learn what a Fibonacci sequence does. Learn all your tools that you're going to be using to invest. For the people who are not taking the self day trading route, you guys need to know exactly who you're going to trust with your money. Do your research on them. If you're going to give anybody a large lump sum of money, whether it be family or anybody, just like I said, have something that's going to give you the opportunity to get something back from them. Write something up, like write up a lawyer agreement. It costs basically probably the same amount what you would have probably given that person in an investment, right? So keep yourself secure, all right? Number three, know the market that you're investing in. Don't go in blind, okay? Ignorance is bliss, but in this case, not very bliss. It just means a lot of heartache and headache. Jump onto this, jump onto that. Know the market that you're investing in. Do your research on it, okay? If it's crypto, if it's forex, just like I said, know what you're investing in before you invest in it. Number four, taking profit and withdrawing your money. Seen this one too many times where people try to ride the wave, leaving money in, thinking that it's going to get to a certain point. Stop doing that, guys. Enjoy the investment money. Take profit off the table. If you hadn't seen that money before, eat it, okay? Make it concrete. And number 5 is your timing, all right? Like I said, stop buying into the hype and just be patient with it, guys. Your time will always come. It's the people who were well knowledgeable about it in the beginning and the people who did their research about it who are the early investors and then become whales in certain markets. Research your market. You'll know when to buy and you'll know when to sell, okay? That's it. I've been trading the USD JPY for the past, let's say, I think it's like 7 years now. And I know when to buy and I know when to sell. I was just telling somebody this the other day. Learn your market, guys. Learn your market and the timing will all come. All 5 of these things make up a good investor. 5 things you need to do when it comes to investing. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one.